friends. Today we're going to do something that's never been done on the show before, aka I'm going to share some of my paid content for free. So I hope you're doing really well today. I'm personally, thanks so much for asking, recovering from a massive sinus infection that knocked me out for over a week. But it's cool because I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but if you're still able to enjoy some aspect of working toward your dreams when you're not feeling well, or they still sound as appealing to you as when you're healthy, it's a pretty good affirmation that you're on the right track to building a life you really love. And today we're going to get on that track or get back on that track if you feel like you've fallen off, and no judgment if so, and do the first step to building a life you really love, which in my humble opinion, after studying this for over 15 years, which is wild, we cannot go without or skip this step if our lives are to become the absolute best they can be, and for us to become all we can be in that process too. And that step is to become crystal clear on what you want for yourself in your life, because when you do that, you can make decisions that get you there 10 times faster because you know what you're aiming at, and every action you take will move the needle so much more and have a way larger return on investment of your time and energy. And we're going to do that through visualizing the life of your dreams in detail. Please don't skip this. I'm sharing this paid content completely free because I believe it's so important that if you do nothing else I've ever advised, which may be advisable, just kidding, please do this practice because Kippen has zoomies. Like I mentioned, it'll help you get closer to your dreams so much faster, and I want that opportunity for you. And real quick before we dig in, hi, for my new friends here, I'm Julie Bethany, and I create content to empower you to live your best, most authentic life as the truest you version of who you are. And I give you the tools and resources to do that here. And I should say, if we're not official friends yet, I'd love to keep hanging out with you, and we can do that if you subscribe to the show here and or come hang out with me where I'm most active, which is on the gram at Julie Bethany, where I share daily empowerment for you in even more bite-sized bits. Okay, in this episode, I'm going to start by sharing some recommended preparation for this visualization practice in order to get the most out of it as possible. Then we'll do the visualization practice, and then I'll share with you how to make the most of your visualization and put it to work for you. And as a bonus, if you end up really liking the practice or my teaching style in general, though I'll always offer content for free, so don't feel obligated, I'll share more about where this visualization is from, which is a course I offer that can literally be taken in one weekend and can be taken over and over as many times as you want with different dreams and goals you have to help you get exponentially closer to the life of your dreams much more quickly. And there's also a promo running right now, and it's like a third of what I normally offer it for. So I'll add the link in the show notes too. But again, don't feel obligated, but it is a resource. Okay, without further ado, let's talk recommended preparation for this visualization practice. I'm totally giving the SparkNotes version here, and the course elaborates much more, but essentially for today, I recommend doing this practice while you are not doing things like operating heavy machinery like a car. So you can close your eyes if you want and really pay attention only to what you see in your mind for your life. And if you don't like closing your eyes or can't right now, and you're watching this in video format, I've included some nice beach waves and ambiance to look at and enjoy instead, or listen to if you're listening on the podcast today. But overall, I recommend doing this practice in a quiet space free of distractions so you can get the most out of it. You owe it to yourself. And I also recommend getting out a piece of paper and a writing utensil. Yes, I'm a former teacher, can you tell? Or having your notes app in your silenced phone to write down what you wrote after you saw it so you can really ingrain it into your brain. It's proven to be more effective for remembering what you see or learn when you write it down. So let's have that on hand so you can do that and refer back to it later. Now we're going to go ahead and do that visualization practice, so get comfy and enjoy, and I'll roll the clip and I'll see you on the other side of enlightenment. Just kidding. I hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back. Even if it's been like 0.5 seconds since we hung out last in the last video, I hope you're ready for a truly great experience. You can come back to this as many times as you need to, because as you live and grow, you'll always find new ways to be a new version of yourself and live a life even truer to yourself than you ever imagined before, and therefore can reimagine what your life looks like by repeating this practice. We're going to go ahead and walk through the day of your dreams. But why would we walk through an ordinary day? Because, as the quote goes, how you spend your days is how you spend your life. So we're going to look at what would change in a typical day if it was the best ordinary day for you that right now would feel extraordinary to get to live. All right, so in your quiet and distraction-free space that you've set up for this visualization, let's make sure you're comfortable and really ready to take this time to yourself to fully dive in without judgment. Last chance to pause me here if you need to and rearrange your space. I'll wait, but also you could totally pause me. Okay, if you're all set, let's go ahead and begin. Go ahead and gently close your eyes and get ready to imagine your future. We're going to imagine your future in your mind, so let yourself think of what comes to mind naturally and allow yourself to dream it for this moment. It doesn't matter what circumstances are in your current reality that you see, but by doing this, you're going to shape what your reality can look like if it were ideal for you and you alone. You don't need to and should not judge what comes to mind for you. Just let it flow as it is, without any judgment. No one is inside your head. This is for you and you alone. And the more you allow yourself to dream, the more potential you'll have to have things you never envisioned you could until now. So truly imagine everything you naturally want to. So with your eyes closed in that comfortable position, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll hold it there for 1, 2, and exhale out your mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's repeat it. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. Now release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing deeply, and then allow yourself to start to breathe naturally as your breath comes without thinking about it. Now imagine you're about to live the best, most wonderful day possible for you. It's an ordinary day, but nothing is impossible in this day. Imagine each part of this day in the future as vividly as you're prompted to move through it in your mind. See the colors, smell the air around you, feel the breeze in your mind or the warmth on your skin. We'll start now with waking into this incredible day. What does waking into your perfect ideal day look like? While you're still in your bed, this is the day in the future when you've already acquired things you hope for in life at this time. Wake up into the room that you want to be in the location you want to be in the world. Look around that room in your mind's eye. What do you notice? What do you see? Is there a vase of roses beside you? Breathe it in if there is. What about the view of your window? If you're inside, what do you see outside of it? How does it take your breath away? What colors are in this place you open your eyes to? How's it decorated? What other cozy elements are in that room with you? Take a moment now to imagine it vividly. Now look to see if there's anyone beside you. A partner? Maybe a puppy? Your cat? Or is it just you and your ideal day and you maybe meet up with your favorite person or people at some point later in the day? Take a moment now to imagine it vividly. Now go ahead and get yourself out of bed. What's your morning routine in your ideal day? Do you sip coffee and really savor it? Or maybe tea or warm lemon water on a terrace? What does that view look like? Do you maybe go to a cafe and enjoy reading the news? What's for breakfast if you have any? Do you have a morning routine for exercise, like maybe walking and enjoying the scenery or going to a gym? Or even a home gym? This is your dream entirely. Do you go to a workout class with your best friend? Do you read? Maybe you meditate or pray that morning. What does your ideal morning look like to you? Take a moment now to imagine it vividly. Now, do you have a gratitude practice? Imagine now in your mind what you're grateful for that you've recently accomplished from the view of the person you are going to be. Maybe you launched a business. Maybe you got a promotion at work. Maybe you started or grew your family. Maybe you found the love of your life. Maybe you're now the healthiest you've ever been. Take a moment to imagine what you're grateful for that you've accomplished vividly. Now take a moment to see your outfit. What are you wearing? How did you style your hair? Are you wearing any makeup? What accessories did you use to make you feel bold today? How confident and sexy do you feel in dressing how you dressed in power today? Take a moment to imagine your outfit in the mirror vividly. Now, what about for work? What doesn't feel like a job but is a passion you do every day? Maybe most days or maybe even some days to live out that passion and get a positive return on it. What does that look like for you? Do you work in the role of your dreams at the company of your dreams? Are you in a corner office or do you work remote? Or maybe both? Do you travel while you're working? What are you physically doing for work? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur and have your own company. Maybe you work out of coffee shops or a beautifully decorated, inspiring nook in your home, or maybe at a co-working space. What does that look like for you? Or maybe you generate income entirely passively and just check to see where you're at every now and then move about your day. What do you do with that perfect day? Or are you maybe a stay-at-home parent and your work is raising the next generation well? What does your day look like? Do you do a combination of all or some of those? Take a moment now to imagine it vividly. What is your passion that doesn't feel like work, that you are doing to make a positive impact? Now, what do your hobbies look like? What are you learning or doing that you love, that you make time for, and that you do often? Are you doing your hobbies with friends, maybe by yourself, or maybe a combination of those? What are you learning and practicing and enjoying that lights you up? It can be multiple things. Take a moment to imagine your hobbies vividly. Who are your friends in your community that you can lean on? What are they like? How do you support each other in achieving your dreams? How are you continuing to learn and to grow and to build your passions in life? Who's there to support you in them? Who do you love and who pours love back into you? Who are your best friends? What about a partner? A family? A whole community? Take a moment to imagine the people who surround you day in and day out vividly. Now, what about the wealth you have? What does that look like for you, and how do you define wealth? What do you spend your time, your money, and your resources doing overall? How do you use your gifts? Whose life do you improve in addition to your own by sharing your wealth? Take a moment to imagine that vividly. Now, take a moment to imagine what your evening looks like. Do you spend time with your family, with friends, or doing a hobby like learning a language, playing an instrument? Or is this maybe where you work out or take an evening stroll? What are you doing with your evening? Who do you spend it with? Maybe a lover, your family, your friends? Do you watch something? Play a game? Read? Maybe take a bath? Take a moment to imagine it really vividly this evening in that perfect day. Now, after that incredible, perfect day, you've reached the point to lay down to rest for the night, entirely fulfilled. How do you feel in that moment? Having accomplished a beautiful, productive, spent just as you dreamed day. What words come to mind to describe how you're feeling tucking into bed, accomplished and happy? Sit in that feeling, really soak it in. Feel it to your core for yourself. Take a moment to feel that joy and those positive emotions fully. Now that you've created the ideal day, feel free to let a smile come to your face. Know that this is possible for you, and you do have the power to create it if you've seen it. You're going to start working toward making this perfect day a reality, and you can always come back to this feeling and vision to guide you to make sure you're on the right path toward achieving living this vision in your reality. It is possible for you, and we're going to start working toward it now so you can experience pieces of this feeling and vision right away. Go ahead and slowly start to open your eyes. All right, welcome back. I hope you really enjoyed that and got a lot out of it. Let's talk now how to make the most out of your visualization. I recommend again to go ahead and write down what you saw in your visualization in as much detail as possible on a piece of paper, in a journal, on your phone, etc. The more detailed, the more you'll understand what you're aiming at and make better decisions to get you much closer, much faster. And you'll want to keep what you wrote close at hand so you can keep revisiting it. Finally, if you really enjoyed that and want to continue learning my complete method to achieving your goals with guidance, or even want to take the mini course first, I'll share more about it after Kippen makes her episodely appearance here. And if you like this episode, will you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, rate it or subscribe, because I would love to keep hanging out with you here or on the gram at Julie Bethany. I hope you go today and start to live the life of your dreams as the best, most authentic, truest you version of yourself you can be. Because when you do that, you show others it's possible for them too. And right now, the course is about a third of the price it normally is. So it's only $97 right now, and it's normally $297. So snag it while you can if you're interested, and you can replay it as many times as you want. All right, I'll see you next time. Hello. I know that I'm wearing a turtleneck, but oh, where are you going? I know I'm wearing a turtleneck, but she was just sunbathing in the sun, so okay. That was rude, man. Okay, bye everyone. I interrupt myself for this very important announcement. You're so welcome. I am beyond excited to share with you that I have a free mini course you can take right now, but also maybe wait until after you finish this episode, but to each their own, I'm not going to stop you from doing you. But the course is about helping you get unstuck and re-inspired if you feel like you're in a place like a lot of us do often, honestly, where you just don't know what you want next for your life, or if you do, how to get it. The mini course includes 10 quick minutes of me sharing strategies to help you get unstuck and re-inspired, and comes with a complimentary one-page journal entry you can download for you to work through what you want for your life and how to create the momentum to get what you want next for yourself in the easiest and fastest way possible, and you'll take away actionable items you can apply right away. And as a bonus, after the initial course, if you're still left wanting more, I'll tell you about my full-length version of that course that will walk you through creating a goal and a plan to achieve it in order to get you closer to the life of your dreams you want to be living, and the exact steps to do that over the next 3 months. I will hold your lovely hands in mine and guide you toward figuring out what you want and then how to get it efficiently if you want to take it a step further. I shall run the marathon with you after the sprint so that in 3 months you will have achieved something you really want in your life. All good things take time, so for the sake of the best version of yourself and the life you could be living 3 months from now, which will fly by, you don't need to put off your dreams any longer. You deserve to live the life of your dreams as soon as possible, because why not? So let's start today. I'm ready. Are you? To check it out and get the free mini course so you can apply the tools to improve your life right away, and or to learn more about the full-length course about going from stuck to re-inspired and really crushing a massive goal in only 3 months' time with me, the links are included with this episode. I can't wait to see what you create for your life with it. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.